Hi everyone, I am back for part 2 of these gardening recipe themed cookbook journals that I'm making. And on part 1 I showed you how to make the cover, the front and back cover of these journals, and I used a kitchen hand towel that has all these beautiful seed packet images on them, and I cut it up and used these for the cover, and I put a little bit of batting behind them, and then I used my cinch to punch holes, and now I am going to bind it. And I wanted to show you the papers, so I have this for the inside cover, and I'll glue that on here in just a minute. But I had some journal pages that had some real pretty flowers on them, and so I grabbed a couple of those. And since it's a kind of a recipe gardening themed journal, I have a combination of kind of some food type of junk journal pages, as well as flowers, and then just some pretty scrapbook paper. And so I'll flip through. These are some of my favorite. I've been hoarding these papers forever, so I'm finally using them in my stash. But I love this front section here, and this you can cover up with just a little pocket. That's just some of the labeling on the back of this scrapbook paper. That's how they used to do it back in the day. And then I have 4 of these heavy chipboard section pieces, and so these can be further decorated. Tabs can be added on these if you want to create sections. We have an envelope in here that you can store recipes or information about the plants that you put in your garden. Some of the like seed packet or the little tags that come with your plants. And then I also included a variety of vintage book pages. And so this particular one here is from a gardening book. And I just love, like, each one is different, but this one has like a little checklist, what you should be doing in June. And so these, you can leave them as is. You can collage over them like a glue book, or you can put photos on top of them. And then I have some fruit pages throughout the different sections, and then the pretty double-sided paper. I love how this is turning out. I love the oranges. And then here is some cookbook pages that are very vintage, and just so fun, the images that are in them. And I love having those in here. We have some avocado paper and some scrapbook paper, and then another section. And then we have another envelope. And then here's another vintage recipe cookbook pages. And just, I try to pick out fun pages with fun images on them. And then some more fruit pages. And so you can do a lot of collage. This would be a great glue book. It'd be a great gardening book. You can add photos of what you grow in your garden, or even like for your house plants inside. And then here is another kind of gardening magazine book pages. So, and then this is for the back cover. So I really had a lot of fun putting these together. And let me show you how. I've done a couple different videos now with how to bind these, but I'll go ahead and do that real quick. But I'm going to glue these down, and I'm just going to use my reptile glue to glue these down and cover up the white inside on here, and then I'll be right back. So I'm just going to add glue to these and glue them down. Now it is time to add the pages. And when you're using your cinch to bind, you have your back cover, you put it on last, and you have it the outside facing the front cover. And then this is a cinch. There's different makes and models. There's also a smaller one, but I definitely like using the larger one. And I want to make sure you can see this. So I am going to be using, this is kind of like a light blue ring. And so I'm going to flip the pages over and I'm going to start from the back. And you just feed it onto the little prongs here. And what I like to do is once I got the first sheet on there, I then know where to trim. So I'm going to cut right here. Hopefully you can see that. And cut the excess off. And then we can just keep putting the rest of the pages on here. Like I said, I made these for my patrons, and a few of them have received their journals, and they seem very happy with them. They said that they love it. And I also, you know, sent extra stuff, like some of the offcuts, like some of these, so they could make pockets and things like that in the journal. I love the idea of adding an envelope. So leave a comment down below if you'd like me to do another video where I do some decorating in the journal. I'm happy to do that if that's something you would be interested in seeing. And then I am opening up a couple spots on my Patreon site for June. So be sure to go check that out. You can also join for free if you want to. And that way you'll be in on the know of things that are going on. And I do like to put freebies up there from time to time. And this on this one, so these already had holes in them from the book that this came from, because it was a ring bound book. And so I tested it out, and I could go ahead and punch holes in these so that I can have them line up and fit in here, and it worked out perfectly. So I thought that was a good win to have that happen, because I didn't want to have to make the pages shorter and trim all those holes off just to punch new holes. So I was glad that I was able to make that a little adjustment there. And we're almost to the end. We'll put these in here, and then we'll put the covers on. I made these kind of chunky, so they're a little tricky. Make sure I get all the pages on there. And then we'll add the back cover. And like I said, you want the back cover to be facing the front cover. And that is so when you cinch it, the where these come together is hidden by the back cover. So then you just turn this bad boy around and you just push this up. I have a full tutorial on using the cinch in my little golden book video that I recently did, if you want to see a full tutorial. And then this would wrap around like this, and it's all good to go. So I made it chunky, that's for sure. I probably put too many papers in here, but that's okay. There we go. And there we have it. So cute. I love how this turned out. And if you want to, you know, to do any inking, you can. But yeah, let me know if you would like to see me decorate some of the pages in here. I would be happy to do a video of that. But look how cute. And I love the decorative papers along with the vintage and antique pages as well. And you could have spread these out and had scrapbook papers in between each of these pages, but I just kind of like them kind of all together and then have the scrapbook pages, because then you can cut out and add more recipes onto these pages. I don't know, it's just a choice, and there's all different kinds of ways that you can put these journals together. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this little junk journal series. I really had fun making these. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.